I'm going to show you a whole different way to think of Kuzushi and Tsukuri. Most people think of Kuzushi as like golden arches in we go up, over, and down. That's how most people think of a judo throw. And they think, well, you know, if I pull up, that's Kuzushi. I come over and lock him in. That's Tsukuri, and then Kake, I'm throwing the guy down. But actually, in a lot of research that you will do if you go back and really see what they originally were saying, and what we now teach in New School Judo, is that Kuzushi, it's not so much that I'm off balancing him or putting him on his tiptoes. What I'm doing is I'm breaking down his posture and I'm controlling him. And I'm going to use strong biomechanics. In addition to a lot of other skills you can do, you can break his timing and that kind of stuff. But I'm going to use strong biomechanics to do that. And New School is about the biomechanics. So what I'm going to do here is I've got control of his head. And I have control of his hips. And his hand, arm over here, normally, almost all the other videos you'll see, I've taken a more superior inside grip. That way I have nice control of that arm. But here, I'm going to take an inferior grip to demonstrate that with my strong biomechanics and leverage, that even though he is in strong back, his back is strong, okay, his arms are in a strong position, I can still control his head, I can still control his waist, and I can break his posture so that his head is over his toes, and that portion means he's off balance. So, I'm going to go boom, boom with my feet. Now when I go boom, boom with my feet, and that's going to help me get the biomechanics for Kuzushi, I have moved my feet and my body in relationship to him so that I'm lined up strong against his weakness. That, if you go in New School, different definition from what you know, is Tsukuri. Preparation of my body for the throw. Lining my body up so that my feet are correctly placed and my body is correctly placed, so now I can throw him. And think of the whole throw as Kake, breaking him down and controlling him so he can't get away. While I position my feet, Tsukuri, now I can do the throw. So the hands, I'm going to talk about the hands, I want you to think of Kuzushi. And when I talk about the feet, I want you to think of Tsukuri. And if I was to raise him up on his toes, on his tippy toes, I want you to think of that as Tsurite, raising arm. That's the up in the throw. Tsurite is the up in the throw. But Kuzushi and Tsukuri, in the biomechanics of judo, they're like together. It's just like one word. Kuzushi, Tsurite. So, if I move my hips in, then I'm able to move his head and move his hips. And I'm using that with the power of my hips. So over here, you can kind of see that I could go like this and like this. But when I go like this with my hip, I'm really crushing this. And the power has to come from my whole body and my hips. That's the biomechanics, that's the leverage. So I'm going to go like this. Now my elbows are set. I've got control of his shoulders. I've got control of both of his feet. I've got control of his body. My feet are basically in where I want to go in for a throw. And go like this. See, I just spin. That's the throwing portion. My feet are already set. I don't have to adjust my feet for the throw. They were set when I did Kuzushi, Tsukuri. So, again, my hips, my legs, head, hips, head, hips, head, hips. Now, my hips are in strong position to do Tsurite, because they can push up. You can push up my elbows. And when I do that, I just move to Tsurite. My feet are already there. I've gone from Kuzushi, Tsukuri to Tsurite. And the rest of the throw, kake. Now now there are things that I can do that's going to break him down a little bit. And that's the stuff that comes, you can also say it's kind of Kuzushi. But when I'm all set with my legs ready into the throw, that's going to be your prior to the throw preparation. Boom, then there's the throw. Throw is like throwing a punch. So in this particular case, I'm just going to swing over here and kind of bring him more around to the camera. So I'm going to, boom. Okay, now I kind of threw it, rocked out, I put my elbows in, and I've been saying that's Kuzushi. Okay, and you can see why. You know, I'm ready. You know, I'm kind of like there's a lot of things I can be doing right here, including going into a throw. But if it's biomechanics of breaking his posture, and the feet are already into how I'm going to throw, then that's going to be Kuzushi Tsurite. Well, and let me even kind of do a little bit of the throws. So I'm going to go over here like this. The first throw we're going to do is Ojigari, because I want you to see that when I put my hip in here like this, and I move my legs like this, there's literally any throw that you could do. It's the same position for any of the throws. Same position if I was to do a foot sweep. Same position if I'm going to do Taiotoshi. The same position if I'm going to do inner reap. That's the Kuzushi Tsurite, Kuzushi Tsukuri. I always get those words mixed up. Kuzushi Tsukuri, and then Tsurite.